The U.S. Agency for International Development has one disaster response team on the ground right now in the Philippines, and it expects to send more. Charities are also sending teams. One charity is called Shelter Box, and it helps people with the most basic of needs. Here's Nick Valencia with their mission.
Many of you looking at the devastated images coming out of the Philippines after that typhoon hit the country are asking, how can you help? How can you make a difference? We thought we'd introduce you to a disaster relief organization that's on the ground right now, and they are making a difference. This is Wayne Robinson, one of the team members from Shelter Box. Tell me a little bit about what Shelter Box is.
Sure, Nick. Shelter Box is a disaster relief organization that responds to disasters such as tsunami, earthquake, hurricanes, typhoons, wherever they happen around the world.
You're all over the world in the hardest hit areas and some of the most remote places, and you bring, what do you bring along with you? What's sort of the major components of what's in one of these shelter boxes?
The major component of our kit is this large disaster relief tent. It's 14 foot in diameter.
Let's take a look. Let's go inside and get a little perspective here. So this comes everywhere you guys go. This is sort of, I mean, this is a standard size tent, or is it specific to each disaster?
No, this is our standard size tent. This is a great product to have out there in the marketplace when folks have lost everything.
And you can fit about, I mean, it looks like about 10 people in here at least.
You can easily fit 10 people in these tents. It's going to give them shelter, warmth, and dignity until they can get back on their feet.
Absolutely. And how does it work? You set this up for them, or do you provide them the tools to set this up? How does it work, Wayne?
We show them how to set the tent up. We train the trainers. When we get in country, we basically beg, borrow, steal trucks, buses, and boats, and helicopters, and 100 volunteers to make things happen for as many people as we can.
But this is not the only component. You've got something else, right? Let's see what else you brought. And this is all included in one box here, and thousands go over to each disaster zone at a time. Is that right?
We'll send anywhere from 200 of these kits to 28,000 or more, which we did in the Haiti earthquake back in 2010.
So you've got the tent, but you also have, tell me what we're looking at here.
There's many other things that come with our kit. If you can imagine, you lost everything in the disaster, you have nothing left. One of the main things is blankets and ground sheets. You're going to need those for warmth. In situations where malaria is prevalent, we have mosquito nets that come with it. Obviously, we've got a great pots and pans and plates, knives and forks and spoons that folks can use to feed themselves.
You're helping people start from scratch, including rebuilding supplies.
Absolutely. They're going to need something to start rebuilding. They kind of scrounge around in the rubble and start rebuilding their house. That's something they're going to need tools to do that with.
Water purification as well, is that what we're looking at here?
Water purification is a big component. This is a family-size water purification kit and a water container for carrying that
So
water.
very quickly, what's the most difficult part about getting into these hard-to-hit areas? Is it the politics? Is it the people, the reception? What's the most difficult part?
We've really got all that worked out pretty well. We've got a training academy over in the UK, and we work with folks on the ground. We don't go in and tell them how to do it. Basically, we work with volunteers to tell us where the affected folks are, how to get things into the country without taxation and duty, and we make it happen for as many people as we can.
And of course, the most important question for those watching at home is, how can they help? How can they get involved with Shelter Box?
We have a great website. It's shelterboxusa.org. You can go on there with an opportunity to donate, or you can text right now to shelter to the number 20222, and that will give a $10 donation to Shelter Box, and that will be used immediately in disaster areas.
And we should mention that this organization was founded by a hero, CNN hero, in 2008, right? Or this has been around since 2000, but he was a CNN hero, legitimate organization, has been around a long time. Wayne Robinson, thank you very much for your time with CNN.
Thank you, Nick.